Manchester City may have lost Enzo Maresca's first match, but the penalty defeat to Inter may have revealed something far more important than the result. This was the first public glimpse of how City intend to move beyond Pep Guardiola, and there were enough clues in Hong Kong to suggest that the next version of this team may look very different. City drew 1-1 over 90 minutes before losing 3-1 in the shootout. On paper, that sounds disappointing, but Maresca was missing several players expected to form the core of his strongest side, including Erling Haaland, Rodri, Phil Foden, Elliot Anderson, Mark Guehi and Jeremy Doku. The team on the pitch was not the Manchester City supporters will see when the Premier League season begins. Yet even with an incomplete squad, Maresca's ideas were already visible. City pressed with clear triggers, held specific positions in possession, and moved the ball forward more directly. This did not look like a manager simply observing his first friendly. It looked like a coach who had already begun installing a structure. Maresca has said he will not simply copy Guardiola. Against Inter, the early evidence supported that claim. City still wanted control, but there was more urgency when space opened. The ball moved forward quickly. Wide players attacked defenders, and younger players were encouraged to be aggressive. Antoine Semenyo produced the clearest example. He was City's brightest attacking player, and created the opening goal for Divin Mubama after excellent work on the wing. Semenyo has spoken about improving his left foot, and against Inter he looked less predictable. Instead of always returning to his stronger side, he attacked in different ways. A winger who can go inside or outside becomes far harder to control. Then came another important development, Ryan McAidoo. The 18-year-old entered in the second half and immediately played with pace, directness and confidence. He came close to scoring the winner and produced the kind of cameo that forces a manager to reconsider a young player's future. Before the tour, a loan move might have looked logical. After this performance, Maresca may now have a different decision to make. Does McAidoo leave to gain regular football, or has he shown enough to remain around the first team? Several academy players were given opportunities, and the purpose of the tour is becoming clear. This is not only about fitness, it is an audition. There were still warning signs. Inter caused City problems from wide areas and equalised shortly after Mubama's goal, because the defending lacked organisation and intensity. That will concern Maresca, especially because Premier League opponents will attack those spaces even more aggressively. The penalties were also poor. Ryan Ait-Nouri, Abdulkadir Kusanov and Nico Gonzalez all missed as City lost the shootout 3-1. But the shootout should not become the main story. The more meaningful evidence came during the second half, when City improved, controlled more of the game and hit the crossbar through Vitor Rice. A comfortable win could have hidden the weaknesses. Instead, Maresca now has clear information. The wide defending needs work, the attacking patterns are developing, Semenyo is evolving, and several academy players are demanding serious consideration. The biggest question is what happens when the senior players return. Add Haaland's movement, Rodri's control, Foden's creativity, Doku's pace, and Anderson's energy to the structure seen in Hong Kong, and the potential of Maresca's City becomes easier to understand. The pressure after Guardiola will be enormous, and every early result will be treated as evidence of whether City chose the right successor. That is why this opening match matters, not because City lost on penalties, but because the first outlines of Maresca's team were finally visible. The system is taking shape. Semenyo looks more dangerous. McAidoo may have forced himself into the manager's plans. The academy players have created difficult decisions, and the returning stars could transform the entire picture. So the real headline from Hong Kong is not that Manchester City were beaten by Inter. It is that even in defeat and without many of their biggest names, City may already have shown the first signs of the team they are trying to become. And now one question remains. Was this simply an encouraging pre-season performance, or the first warning to the Premier League that Manchester City's post-Pep rebuild is moving faster than expected.